All right, we've got some new video from TMZ inside Sean Diddy, P. Diddy, that's what I always used to call him, Combs' Los Angeles homes after this week's raid. TMZ sharing this video of tossed and trashed rooms. Diddy's lawyer saying that this was a gross use of military-level force when federal authorities went in and searched his mansions in both L.A. and Miami. They also call the raids a witch hunt. His lawyer says Combs has denied the, quote, meritless accusations against him. Both of the raids happening Monday in an ongoing sex trafficking and human trafficking investigation where at one point Combs' sons were handcuffed outside. No arrests, however, have been made, and officials have not said what they are looking for. Combs' whereabouts also still unknown following the raid, so we don't know where he is right now. Trial attorney Brian Claypool is with us. This was a coordinated raid in 2 locations, got a lot of attention. His whereabouts, people are saying, where is Diddy? Does that matter legally, Brian?
Hey, Marty, always great to be with you. Yeah, that doesn't matter at all. I mean, P. Diddy hasn't been arrested. He hasn't even been named legitimately as a suspect, although there is a raid of 2 of his homes. So he's not under any obligation to not travel wherever he wants. There's no court order telling him that he can't travel. So that really is irrelevant at this time.
His attorneys called the raids, as I said, a gross overuse of military-level force. We're looking at some of the images inside. What's your judgment?
Yeah, Marty, I have to tend to agree here. I think it was extreme. I mean, look, investigators, once they get a search warrant, and by the way, that means that there's suspicion of a crime. It's probable cause. It's not actual evidence of a crime. You're trying to get evidence, but that doesn't give a license to investigators to go into somebody's home and just throw everything around and not respect the home. And then also, P. Diddy's kids being handcuffed, what's that about? I mean, was that necessary? I think that was excessive force as well.
How important is it that he cooperates right now with authorities?
Well, that's a great question. I don't think P. Diddy's under any obligation to cooperate with authorities. I mean, look, you're showing video. Look at what authorities just did to his home. So P. Diddy's got a big decision to make. Does he sit down and talk to authorities or not? You know, if I'm representing him at this point, he's under no obligation to cooperate. So I would not at this point.
Yeah. So what are his legal options right now? If you're his defense team, what are you telling him to do?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on really what P. Diddy's telling his lawyers, Marnie. His lawyers need to know, exactly what went down. Look, P. Diddy's come out and said, look, this is a witch hunt. I didn't do anything. If that's true, then he basically needs to sit tight. Remember, the onus, it's like a chess match. The onus is on investigators to get evidence to prove federal human sex trafficking. And that's not an easy crime to prove, Marnie. You've got to prove that a minor was moved from another state or from, there's a 17-year-old girl from Canada that says that she was allegedly raped and sex trafficked. So you got to move a minor cross borders, and then you've got to show that that person was used to commit a commercial sex act. It's not like going into somebody's house, finding, oh, there's the bloody glove, there's the gun that's going to solve the murder. These cases, you've got to tie a lot of pieces together. You've got to get evidence, for example, maybe text messages, emails. These investigators are probably looking, for example, for receipts, right? Travel receipts, voucher, anything showing, that Diddy might have bought a ticket for somebody to come to his home. And then another thing I think investigators are going to have to do is talk to some of his cohorts. There's a civil case that was filed by a gentleman named Rodney Jones. He's a former producer for P. Diddy. And Jones alleges sex trafficking. So make no mistake about it, investigators are probably talking to him as well to get more information. But this is a big puzzle with many pieces that have to be put together. It's not a simple investigation.
Yeah, and might others be implicated in these allegations as well? Brian Claypool, as always, thank you. It's nice to see you.
Great. Thank you, Marnie.